Hello everyone, I am Overhaul and this is my lovely assistant Crystal. Hi. And today we are reviewing Rwby Volume 6 Chapter 8 That End. I think this is the second time you actually remember the name of the title. Thank you, my dear. Now let's get in with this review. So yeah, the way this chapter starts is with an unbelievable amount of hilarity. Like, most of it was like just entertaining jokes that had me laughing for hours. Hours. I know. You nearly started bleeding from your body, which, how is that possible? You are made of crystal. Are you sure I was at that time? I changed forms repeatedly, so it's kind of hard to know specifically. So yeah, anyways, we begin the chapter with the gang or the team basically talking to the guards that are in charge of the security. Now, some people are considering them to be those cards from the Alice in Wonderland, those soldiers. But we don't know really. I mean, it's possible, but I'm also pretty sure we could find some other dumb ass characters that act stupid as fuck. And I wouldn't exactly say their supreme intelligence legend or their superior really reminds me of the Queen of Hearts, which I would assume the superior would be that her. Yes, you're right, they act weird, and I think there might just be there as the jokes, but it's hard to know specifically. So yeah, Crow basically says, I'm a friend of Ironwood. So can we get past? And those two don't believe that, which to be fair makes sense. I mean, I can imagine if a halfway drunk with children, with teenagers. Wait a second, are they teenagers or are they 18? What time are we going specifically now? I don't know, maybe it's mentioned somewhere how old they are? I mean, I believe one YouTuber made a joke with Hazel counting how old Nora is, and he said she should be 18, but it's hard to know if that was just a part of the joke or if that was actual counting. I mean, it was part of the joke, was it real counting or was it just, I mean, it's completely wrong. Who really cares? So yeah, we get to the whole, husband, at least a kid, at least we know that. So yeah, a bunch of girls and a couple of boys. So Crow says, well, in that case, we have a Shneehe and we would like to escort her home. Those who say, step forward so we can examine you. And Weiss has this scene where she's looking at Blake and Blake's like, right? And they examine Weiss, they say, alright, let us go get to our superior. Why they walk to her like a bunch of an over-the-top running thing in slow motion? I have no idea. It's just there for jokes. So yeah, we get a little bit of a mention about Maria Calavera's history in Arcus. And she reveals to us that the reason why she came to here, we don't know if she came here today. It's only sad that every 10 years she comes here to have for her eyes to be fixed or glasses or what, one of the two. Most likely glasses. Yeah, you're probably right. So yeah, they don't exactly say that's why she came here, but it's most likely because at the beginning, in the second chapter, they did say that her sight is getting worse because of the glasses needing to be fixed. So she reveals that she actually may know the the person in charge, and and all of them think that in the best case they are friends, in the worst case they're enemies. And Mary basically says that's right, and the way she says that after the enemies look at the bright side, it's just hilarious. Why you why are you laughing? She said maybe she's dead. How is that funny? It's just it's just hilarious. I don't know why, it's just funny. I mean, look at the bright side. Don't lose hope. Maybe she's dead. There's one other moment that happens shortly, but yeah, it's hilarious. So yeah, the commander appears, and I believe her name was something around what was it? I think it was an C something. What was it? I don't know. Just she's a small lady. I believe she's a bit smaller, a bit taller than Maria, and she is with a more lighter coloring, and she has gray hair, and the way she acts is basically as I would assume people talk about how Atlas acts. So yeah, she confronts Maria because, well, apparently she accidentally smuggled some boots when she was going to examination, and yeah, it's bad fit between the two. And while they're talking, Maria says that I heard people change, but I see you still have that stick shoved wide. And then Rwby comes and stops her because she already knew what they were going to ask, and they're trying to get to Atlas, so they need to make this peaceful. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. That woman reveals to her that they already are listening to the Team Juniper, which makes me wonder. Team Rwby needed twice for her to show up. So why did she show up when it came to Team Juniper? I don't really care. There's little brief funny moments with her saying, I found out you to leave. Can you get serious, please? No, I can't. Besides, this is not made for serious people. This is meant for crazy psychopaths. Wait, did you just call your fan base crazy? No, shut up. So yeah, we get a funny intermission, and then we cut back to their conversation. And in that conversation, we basically get things like, how dare do the other kingdoms think we are responsible for the fall of Beacon? Everything we've done was for Atlas. We are the mightiest. Basically everything to make Atlas praise as fuck and herself as fuck, because she says the only reason why she was put in charge was because she's the only one with the wit and tenacity to run this. And the other two gods are like saying, such a wit, such tenacity, or Atlas will prevail. Basically as comedic as possible. Just funny as fuck. So yeah, Yang is also says that those two need to do that because they're like, why do you need to do that? Is that a must? So yeah, they all try to speak calmly to her, but well, she's the type of person that doesn't exactly even believe the Ironwood's afraid of anything, and apparently saying, I am pretty sure Ironwood is just worried because, well, let's just say relationships with other kingdoms aren't exactly good, and people will be concerned about if they see Atlas soldiers walking around, and they need to put this safety into Atlas hands to a completely different kingdom, and now when they are leaving, people may also start being suspicious, like, why are you taking them away? So yeah, But but she is, the Atlas woman is like, Ironwood is no coward. What? Even though none of them said he was a coward. So anyways, she later comes down and she says, we can take Miss Schnee to Atlas if she has regained her senses. Apparently wanting people from, because apparently she wasn't her senses. I don't know why she wasn't. Was there anything? Maybe because she actually likes the other kingdoms, or maybe because she left. I don't even know. I mean, how they even know she left in the first place? I mean, wouldn't that be kind of a closed issue? Well, how would the military even have their senses? I mean, wouldn't that even be more suspicious? I don't. Would you stop mumbling? Oh yeah, thanks, Christopher, remind me. So yeah, she goes there. So yeah, she says, not, but her friends we can't be responsible for, especially if the ones with the suspicious ones, like Blake. Which, alright, which I do must ask, half of your workforce when it comes to mining and all that type of stuff is fauners, and we've seen a fauners being a part of your military force, so why is Blake being single out here? Who knows, maybe unless if she actually works under, unless if she works under an Atlas person, maybe that's why, but because she's apparently has the same levels of respect as her, maybe that's something, I don't really know. So yeah, why is it like, what is that supposed to mean? And she's like saying, we're done here. And they basically end this entire conversation because, well, unless if Y says, fine, I'll go about them. But she clearly is not going to, because Rwby had to remind her, we're not leaving your side. I will discuss my theory on how they could get past it in the end. Seriously, your videos are already long enough, so do you really need to discuss these theories? Be quiet, Crystal. So now Crow says, well, I'm gonna go have to drink because there's nothing else we can do. I wonder how long this drunk thing will stay with him. And I wonder who's going to bring him to reality, because he seems to be pretty well ignoring Rwby. So yeah. So Team Juniper says, alright, that's all over. We don't need him. We have Aspen. And Team Rwby is like, and then we cut to Jean's sister's house where he punches the wall. Which apparently, now when he punches with anger, he can actually crack a wall. I am pretty sure his sister would be extremely upset about him with that. Probably one that needs to go fix it. So yeah, they're pissed off the fact that apparently for the whole Aspen thing. Which is good that they're telling them the truth, because they are supposed to be showing that they are better than Aspen for actually telling the truth. But they're all very pissed off, especially Jean, because he's like, what you're saying to us is Pyrrha would have died no matter what, because Salem cannot die. So yeah, then Oscar, he tries to get everyone calm down, because again, even he can tell that this is not the best thing to do. And Jean's like, wait, how do we know you're even Aspen? How do we know you didn't know that from the start? Also, it's not exactly know how much they told them, so it's possible that they told them that Oscar was the one to tell him the name of the gene, and all that, so maybe he found out. I don't know. I don't even know if he was able to gain all the clues from Jin, or if he just went inside the mind. So yeah, they went through this, and they are all just not into it, and they just need their time. So yeah, they go off. Rwby goes outside to speak with Crow, but he is not responding. Discussing that later. There. And Maria is there, and she tells them that the reason why she's outside is because she didn't want to hear all the yelling. So yeah. Maria also asks where the others, and she tells Yang, Blake, and Weiss went on shopping. I don't know, she just said the other ones went shopping. So Maria, since they're alone and they have time to bear, she's like, let's talk about the silver ices. She asks what Rwby knows about silver ices, and as you can imagine, it's very small and it can destroy Grimm and their powerful warriors. She explains that she somewhat says that that's not exactly completely not true, because most of the stories are like that. What do you mean? I thought wasn't she pissed off the fact that it was the only thing she informed them? Well, to be fair, she says that even her and her father, which we're getting some time retrospective with this, apparently Maria Calavera and her father are between the end of the Great War and the start of the Huntress Academies. So somewhere around that time is when Maria Calavera was born and when her father was in his prime time. So I believe she's actually how old is she then? Well, to be fair, it's just sad that when he was a member, he was a soldier, not a huntsman, so that's what's suggesting this. So yeah. So she informs her of everything. And she also says that she's shocked that such a powerful bloodline like Silver Isis, which in this chapter it's not exactly confirmed, but it seems to be almost guaranteed that the God of Light is the one that gave the Silver Isis to the world. It's because he was able to because the way he destroyed the Grimm was very similar to how Silver Isis do. Granted, we don't exactly know how, and I mean, we don't exactly know when he left, and why would he also give the Silver Isis and not tell them to and how exactly that how, but still, you get it. That they basically go this way. Way the God of Light give them the Silver Isis. And we know that because in the flashback, she did not know that before. So they talk and they say that it's kind of hard to train this because, well, it's kind of it works only against Grimm. I mean, when it came to Grimm, Silver Isis, when it came to everything else, her combat abilities and her semblance, which is supposed to be reflexes, something that allows her to move faster almost before it happens, like Katakure's future vision in One Piece, that he can actually react to things that before they even happen, like 5 seconds into the future he can see. So so it seemed like that, but it's mostly like it falls. I'm already ready to catch the apple. I believe she uses some other food. So after the conversation, also Rwby apparently believes that the people who are hunting the Silver Isis is Salem and her forces, which isn't exactly that hard to believe, because she seems to be the only one that could actually have anything to gain. Reason why she would the only one be up for them, but if Silver Isis can kill her, it's a bit curious how is that supposed to go. So yeah, Yang, Weiss, and Blake come to Rwby and inform them that the Oscar has disappeared. And Team Juniper also finds out that Oscar has disappeared. Now let's discuss what could happen in the next couple of chapters. Seriously? Isn't this video like almost 20 minutes long? It's important. So yeah, what could happen in the next chapters? Now I've seen the rewind for the next chapter, and I don't know if the chapter is out yet, because people who usually review them who first members that can review these usually post their reviews up by now, but there are none, so I don't exactly know. Maybe when this video is gonna be posted, they're gonna be sending their reviews, but so far they have none, but not been any. So yeah, here's what I think. I think that this will be this disappearance of Oscar, Crow being drunk, and the Team Juniper and John's sister, or John's sister's child. One of these could possibly lead to Adam showing up. And what I mean with this is, well, I mean, we know Adam wants to hunt down Blake and most likely kills her, or maybe just torture her for who knows how long. So if this is supposed to be the last chapter with Adam, well, this the last volume, not last chapter, last volume with Adam, would make sense to use it right now. And also, since it's kind of been hinted at the possibility of him having silver eyes, for the fact that we haven't seen them yet, and it would be kind of nice to see how Rwby would react, because they are giving her some character develop. Well, they're giving him a lot of character development to Rwby, and right now she believes, oh, silver eyes, they are perfect entities that's main job is to destroy the monsters. But now we have Adam, a guy who actually worked with the person that controls these monsters. I mean, it's a recent fact, so Rwby would have a bit hard time understanding that, because, to be fair, it seems to be most characters, or practically all the hero characters, see this thing as black and white, so yeah. Let's just say it would be kind of interesting Jack to put it in right now. Plus, the pacing has been kind of so slow in the last volume, maybe this one they're going to go too fast, but still. So maybe one of them was captured, because, well, we are definitely having quite a few, how do we say, possibilities, like Crow being drunk, Oscar leaving, and who knows where he's going. Maybe he's gonna go find a Grim to kill him. Team Juniper being on their own, and it would be great to see how powerful Adam is, the fact he can take down all three Nora, John, and Ren on his own. Or maybe he'll attack his sister, that would be a good thing to attack as well. Maybe it's mostly because she left in such a weird time. It's kinda hard to tell specifically. So yeah, if Adam would show up, he sure has a lot of people he can pick for him to use as bait for Blake to show up and face him. Now if that will be the case, Blake would probably face him, and it would be a very... I believe they said there's going to be a very important battle, like, I don't know exactly the terms they use. Did they use emotional? I think they use a very epic battle between two characters that everyone would want to see. So maybe we're gonna get an awesome fight with Blake and Adam, and maybe Yang comes and helps. But because, you know, we can't be nice, but still, it's kind of hard to say specifically. Now, we could take a couple of chapters, because we have chapter 9, chapter 10, chapter 11, chapter 12, and chapter 13, like, 5 chapters before the end of the volume? So it would make sense we're getting that fight. And there will still be some time for what to happen next. Now, if that happens, I would like to have the idea that Blake is extremely damaged after the fight, and she isn't exactly going to be able to fight even the weakest Grim. Like, she can, like, only serve. And they're all going to be somewhat at their calm minds. And they're gonna say this: alright, here's what we do. Wise, your problem with having a plan of just living on your own, which you could probably say just overpraise Atlas. Let's have you, let's say, I don't know, Blake is your servant, and you overpraise it, like, say, I will go with you, only I want my servant to come with me. Which you'll point to Blake and say, servant, or the woman that's, you know, in charge, and she would say, and she would say something like, "Really? You really think that a Faunus who can barely move, who's extremely hurt, would be able to defeat the awesome for menagerie? Like, you can barely consider the Alpha Kingdoms up against us, but for menagerie to be able to defeat the awesome Paw of Atlas, like something extremely overpraising it, like to the point that to make it unnecessary sound good, and that's how they could have Blake get in board, and then we end the volume with Blake and Wise going to Atlas. Atlas, that is the possibility. There. What do you think, Crystal? Makes sense. I mean, they're probably not gonna go the route with that. Like, maybe they're gonna use some kind of other route. Like, maybe Winter and Ironwood will show up. But so far, that seems like a likely possibility. Now, is there everything about you want to talk about the chapter? Yeah, pretty much. Now, anyways, I hope you like this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you people next time. And Crystal, bye. Like she said, bye.